everybody. I'm going to be doing my informative speech today on tornadoes. April 2nd, 2006 was the day that my view on tornadoes changed dramatically, to say the least. I'd always been a real big fan of tornadoes and how they work, and I always wanted to be a tornado chaser. The movie Twister actually really inspired me. It was a movie that I loved. Like, I loved how they approached everything, what they did, and well, one night, April 2nd, 2006, about 9 o'clock at night, I was asleep in my bed and I woke up to literally the sound of the roof being ripped off and the walls crumbling down around me. And shortly thereafter, I was literally flying through the air and ended up about 100 yards away from the house from where I was once asleep at, not knowing exactly what had happened. Well, it was a tornado that came through and ripped half the house off, and I went with it. Well, that's kind of where my idea branched from when it came to this informative speech, so I hope y'all enjoy it. Weather is a part of our everyday lives, and tornadoes may not be the most common occurrence in the world, but it's something that I feel like everybody should at least know a little bit about the safety and how to stay safe and know something about them. That way, if you're ever, confronted with this situation, that you'll know a little bit about what to do. And I've always been captivated by the power of these things, and I mean, they really are an amazing piece of God's creation. Like, I mean, yeah, I had my time with it, and it was rough, but it's something that you really have to respect. And I just kind of want to tell y'all a little bit about the safety and what can go along with how to be safe when it comes to tornadoes. And the first thing I'll be talking to you about is how they're formed. Tornadoes are formed when the hot and humid air actually rises really rapidly and causes a turbulence when it meets the cold air inside a thunderstorm, and it's called an updraft, and it actually causes the storm to rotate. And I mean, I'd say 80 to 90% of the tornadoes that we're gonna have are anywhere from early spring to midsummer, just because of, we still have those nights where it's cool, or have those nice little cool fronts that come through, and I mean, that's what it takes, is for the hot air to rise into the cold to create this updraft, to create a funnel cloud. And when it does create this updraft into this thunderstorm, it creates what's called a supercell. And this is where the actual tornado is spawned from, is from a supercell. And it's on a wall cloud, and it's quite amazing, honestly. And originally, before 2007, it was just called the Fujita scale, is what these tornadoes were measured on. And February 1st, 2007, they actually updated it and changed it to the enhanced Fujita scale. Like, for example, EF0 is 65 to 85 mile an hour wind speeds. And EF1 is 86 to 110 mile an hour wind speeds. And EF2 is 111 to 135 miles per hour wind speeds. And EF3 is 136 to 165 mile an hour wind speeds. EF4 is 166 to 200, and an EF5 is over 200 miles per hour. The National Weather Service is our first line of defense when it comes to these bad storms. They are constantly tracking and keeping tabs on all these storms as they're making their way across the country, and predicting where it's going to be bad, where it's going to hit this hot, humid air, where it's going to cause these updrafts. And I mean, the National Weather Service, they're doing all they can. And there's two different kinds of warnings, or alerts, should I say. The first one is a tornado watch. And a tornado watch is issued when weather conditions are favorable in the development of these supercells and tornadoes. Well, then there's a tornado warning, which this is issued when the public, to warn the public that severe thunderstorms with tornadoes are imminent and occurring. Residents in the warning area should immediately take cover, and a tornado warning is what you need to worry about the most. Tornado warning, most likely a funnel cloud has been spotted by weather spotters, or there has been a strong rotation detected by the Weather Service on Doppler radar. And when there is a warning issued, you need to have already had a plan of some sort, coordinate with family members, and have your plan prepared and ready to take action. Staying safe in a tornado can be very simple if you are actually prepared for it. It's, if you are in your home, if you don't have a basement, obviously if you have a basement, you want to get to the basement, get below ground, get down, cover up. But if you don't have a basement, get to your centermost point in your room, in your house. Get to the centermost point in your house. Get in the bathtub, get down, cover up, just try to stay away from windows. And if you're in your vehicle, stay in your vehicle, please. Put your seatbelt on, keep your head down below your windows. Don't get under overpasses. That is a myth. It is not true. Don't get under overpasses. The wind speeds actually increase under overpasses, so try to avoid those at all costs. And everyone has heard these rules a million times, but really they could save your life. And something just as simple as knowing what to do could really save your life, save your kid's life, save your parents' life. You never know when you're going to get put in one of these situations, and just this little bit of information could help you. And to end, I'll just say it is possible. It is impossible to know when a tornado is going to hit, where it's going to hit, the destruction it's going to cause. These phenomena are very important and can easily can easily bounce around on the ground with no rhyme or reason, and take it from a guy that has experienced that. Any information that can be learned on how to stay safe as possible could definitely save your life one day. As in, my case, I was fortunate enough to survive a EF4 tornado on April 2nd, 2006. And, we had no warning. We were actually the first house to get hit. The tornado spawned about 200 yards behind our house, and the warning was not issued until it had reached Princeton Road, which is about a mile from our house. And I just want to say, always stay on your toes, keep your eyes on the sky. It can happen at any point in time. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank you.